Well, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Rockin' Brews in our first Coach DeBesse show of the 2024 season. Can you make some noise, Grapevine Mustangs fans? Want to thank you guys all for being here to support the program. Thank you to our host, Rockin' Brews, to start this first edition. And without further ado, welcome head coach Bob DeBesse to the show.
Thank you, Brendan. Appreciate it. Appreciate it very much. Am I on?
I think you're good.
Am I good? Okay. I want to thank Dave right here from Rockin' Brews. Give Dave a big hand. Give him a round of applause. Thank y'all so much for being here. This is an unbelievable crowd. This is good. This is the best crowd we've had probably in 2 years. So great place to have it. Great opportunity to celebrate our players and to celebrate our program, celebrate our community. So without further ado, let's go.
Yeah, and I know we've got some players that we want to recognize here in a little bit, but I do want to talk just for a few minutes about Thursday night's game. Hard-fought battle against Frisco Wakeland, 14-10, the final. I guess just throw it to you. What stood out to you the most the first game of the season is you guys really battled on both ends of the football?
Right, we did. And, I told the kids afterwards, I'm not a big believer in moral victories because either you won or you didn't, and your record is what it says it is. However, I'm also not one that believes when you come up short, you can't find a lot of good things. And we found a tremendous amount of good things, starting with the fight that our kids showed throughout. I thought our kids showed tremendous fight throughout the entire game. To their credit, you think about the first ball game. It was hot. It was humid. We had some kids going two ways. We didn't have one kid that cramped. We didn't have one kid that got pulled out. They had prepared themselves the way we asked them to prepare themselves. Defensively, we played well enough to win. Offensively, we came up short, and the scoreboard indicated that. But, they came back Friday with a fantastic attitude and ready to be coached and ready to improve, and came out this morning, had a good workout. So, like I told them after the game, we're going to turn a setback into a comeback and hopefully get on the right track Friday night.
If we could, can we talk a little bit specifically about that defense? Because you held Wakeland under 100 yards rushing, and really, if it wasn't for just two plays that busted, probably looking at a different ballgame. What'd you see defensively?
Well, that's right, but you can't. The good news is, we only gave up 140 yards. But the bad news is we gave up 140 yards on two plays that ended up being touchdowns. And so eliminating the big play is obviously a goal each and every week. Give Wakeland credit. I mean, they've got some good players, and they made some big plays. But overall, I thought our defense was stifling. I thought our defense was relentless. I thought our rush defense was phenomenal most of the night. We harassed their quarterback most of the night. And so overall, for a first ball game, starting two sophomores, starting a bunch of kids that had never played in a varsity game before, I thought it was really encouraging, and I thought it was encouraging that our offense hung in there even though they were struggling, put together a big fourth quarter drive, which gave us a chance to be in the game.
Oh, and that's, I think, an important thing is you had the ball with a chance in the final possession to win it. Offensively, you did get going. You got that option offense going a little bit. What was your overall thoughts on, obviously, Contreras' big game, and then what you were able to do with Jalen Holmes running the offense?
Yeah, Julian ran incredibly tough. We've got some highlights to prove that. Jalen, as the game wore on, settled in, kind of figured out what we were looking for and what we were asking of him. Offensive line started to kind of figure it out. We missed some opportunities, which our margin for error on offense right now is not going to be great, so we've got to take advantage of the scoring opportunities we have. But overall, again, walking off the field, it was a proud football team. Didn't get what we wanted, but it was a proud football team and certainly a proud head coach.
Well, I know you're ready to honor some players. If you're ready to move on to the DNA players, we can absolutely do that.
All right.
Well, we've got, I think most people have already seen that these have been announced, but we do have, we're going to throw that microphone right there. That's a good spot for it. We do have some DNA players to awards to give away. So the award for attitude goes to senior defensive back Carlos McKay. Come on up, Carlos. Well, Carlos, You win the DNA award for attitude. In your mind, what does it mean when you win that award, and how special is it for you to grab that in week one?
I feel like it's really special because I'm a smaller guy, and as a smaller guy, you get knocked down more, so you gotta have a good attitude. So you gotta go in there and attack it. It's just that.
How did you feel that you were able to progress throughout the game from first snap to last snap?
I felt pretty good. Like I felt there's always the little nerve. Once it got out, I was okay. I was just rolling.
Yeah, well, let's give it up here for Carlos Bouquet. About Luke Gormley, come up here. The Compete DNA Award, a junior linebacker. Congratulations, Luke. The Compete Award. What in your mind when you got that award? What does that mean to you?
I think to me, it means our whole defense as a unit just played their butts off all game. We competed from the first snap to the last snap. We went on that field, got a ton of 3 and outs, held them to really little. Besides those 2 plays, they were really not that productive. Our front was just relentless, and we just competed.
When you think about just day one, moving on to what's going to happen the rest of the season, how excited are you about what this defense can ultimately become?
I'm so excited. We still have some things that we need to fix, but I think that the bond that we've created so far and our chemistry, it's just going to build as the season goes on. We're gonna be great.
Let's give it up for Luke, everybody. The DNA Compete Award. We just heard about Julian Contreras. Come on up here, Julian, who gets the Toughness DNA Award, the senior running back. I'm going to talk a little longer so he can finish that French fry I think that he just shoved in his mouth. You keep chewing. Is it good? That's good. I'm glad. Well, congratulations on the Toughness Award. He's showing some toughness and battling through right here as well. This is probably not as tough, but what does that award mean to you, and what did you feel like you were able to bring to the field on Thursday?
What I was able to bring to the field on Thursday was either my toughness, because I ran really hard, running people over, and like our offense, we just competed as a whole group. Our O-line, they helped me push it. They pushed the defensive back, so I had the good open holes.
Yeah, you had over 130 yards, and you got to thank the big guys. So what do you got to say about your linemen and what they were able to do for you?
Oh my goodness, I love them so much. They're so big and tough. They always push the D-line back for me to go run through the hole and hit somebody else.
All right, congratulations, June. Let's give it up for him. Go finish that dinner. It looked good. All right, the Family DNA Award goes to Bradley Stanier, junior defensive end. Congratulations. Senior, excuse me. Senior. I got yelled at by the family already. You won the Family DNA Award. That probably means a lot, just knowing how much of a family that this team is. What goes through your mind after week one?
I mean, everything I try to do it's for the team. It's for the betterment of my brothers because, I mean, that's what they are. They're my brothers. During the whole game, I was trying to push them through, encourage them, and, I mean, tell them we got this. And I think that led to a little bit of success on both sides.
Yeah, family and chemistry is always one of those things that gets thrown out a lot with teams. But how do you guys go about developing that family mindset?
I mean, it's going through the hard stuff, whether that's sprints in the summer whenever it's hot as crap or just having long practices where it's hot and humid.
Well, congratulations on the award. Let's give it up for Bradley, the senior. All right, this is a double award here. The Discipline DNA Award goes to Daniel Campos and Cedric Hicks, the O-line and the D-line. Congratulations, fellas. Let you take that here. Well, Daniel, your running back already gave you a bunch of credit for his 130-plus yards. To be disciplined on the offensive line, what does that mean?
I think it means where we try to do whatever is right so we can make Julian successful. I don't know.
To work as a unit, and it's everyone's got to have a plan and know what they're going to do. Where do you see your role in terms of just the leadership on the offensive line?
Low-key, I just try to help out my O-line if they don't understand anything. I just try to lead them somewhere else to better improve ourselves.
Okay, good. Well, let's give it up here for Daniel. And Cedric on the defensive line, same question. You guys battled your tails off on the defensive end. How did you feel just about the unit as a whole on Thursday?
I felt the unit did really good as a whole on Thursday. We all knew our assignments and knew what we were doing. I feel like we were well prepared for what we were going against.
How much does it help when you got some of these guys on the O-line to go up against in practice?
It helps a lot. They're bettering us. They've been bettering me all summer and during spring.
Let's give it up for Daniel and Cedric, our Discipline DNA Award winners. And finally, the fight DNA player is Brady Boozer. Give it up for Brady. Congratulations. Your coach has already talked about just the fight that you showed. Take us through how you felt like you showed that fight on Thursday night.
In my opinion, I didn't really have the best game. I had a lot of missed tackles and a lot of pass coverages that I didn't really do too great on. I didn't get exposed for that in that game, so I'll take that. But just having those happen to you and be able to get back up, forget about it, and be focused on the next play, ready to go, fight for your team.
And your defense fought their tails off.
Yeah.
How proud
sir.
are you of the unit and how they were able to keep you guys in the ball game?
I'm extremely proud. The way we went out there and fought was incredible. Again, like Luke said, other than those 2 plays, we kind of pretty much had their offense shut down the whole night.
Well, Brady, congratulations. Let's give it up here for Brady Boozer. All right, now it's time. We're going to welcome in a special guest. I don't know if we wanted to do an official introduction, Coach DeBesse, but Coach Dane Burke is going to make his way to the table. I'm going to hand this to Coach DeBesse to tell you a little bit about Coach.
All right, let me before Brendan interviews Coach Burke, let me just, for those that don't know, give you a little background. For the first time, I think, in Grapevine High School history, we have hired a athletic department strength and conditioning coach that works with all sports, male, female, all sports, okay? And so we had a huge search all spring long, basically, hoping to find the right person. And after going through the GRIT summer conditioning program, seeing him work with our guys throughout fall camp, there is no question that Grapevine High School athletics has taken a huge step forward with the hiring of Coach Burke. He's had a huge impact on all the programs, and every time you turn around, he's got a different group in the weight room. I want you to know there's a little bit of a misconception out there that football gets everything they want, right? Okay? It's not true. We took one of our coaching positions in order to hire Coach Burke for the entire department. So for the foreseeable future, the football program will be, if you want to say down a coach, that's fine. But in my opinion, it was a heck of a lot more important for the department and all sports to hire a guy like Coach Burke to move everybody forward. So we're thrilled to death he's here.
Give it up for Coach Burke. Well, Coach, congratulations on the gig and welcome here. And to think the first strength and conditioning coach in Grapevine High School history, that's got to be pretty special for you.
Yeah, especially at a school with as much tradition and history as Grapevine High, it really meant a lot to me and my wife to be able to, hopefully call Grapevine home for a long time and to be a part of such a special place.
I know you're not just working with the football team and you're working with every sport across campus, but what has it been like working with Coach DeBesse and getting these guys ready for the season?
Well, to get them ready, I'm glad I got to spend the whole summer with them, grinding with them and getting them going, because we got to do it in 2 different groups. We got to have a session with our sophomores, juniors, seniors, and, make it a little more specific with them and get them a lot better in that first session. And we got to train our freshmen to go through technique and go through everything they needed to get ready and develop them in the ways they needed to be developed.
Take us through what it's like to develop plans for each sport, because obviously football's different than volleyball and volleyball's different, and you can go on and on, but how do you go about developing a plan that's going to benefit the athletes the best?
Well, you got to look at like the different like movements in each sport. Like, what are they going to do? Are they going to be jumping more? How much two leg, one leg? How much lateral movement are they going to make? And what is so important with them that we need to include different exercises to develop those areas to make them better at the sports they participate in?
Finally here, I've been around Grapevine for just a short time around the football program, and the thing that jumps out is just the community is really, it's a special thing. What's it been like for you and your wife as you talk about getting to know this Grapevine community?
I mean, it's been great. I mean, I've met so many people. I've been to a lot of different places, and when you go around, I've never been anywhere where so quickly so many people have come up to me and just wanted to introduce and talk about Grapevine and talk about how great it is, and I'm really appreciative of that.
Well, I know that everyone here is excited that you're here. Let's give it up one more time for Coach Dane Burke, the first strength and conditioning coach in Grapevine High School history. Thank you. I'm ready to turn it over to Coach DeBesse for the film session.
Before we get started on the highlights, I don't think that he or his family would mind me saying this, but let's give Bradley Stanier a big round of applause for his commitment to Kansas State University. Little known fact, but since Alan Bowman graduated and went to Texas Tech, I believe was his first school, the next Power 5 signee was Drake Beckwith at Kansas State, and Bradley's will only be the third Power 4 now signee that Grapevine's had. Now, we might have some other ones before the year's out, but it's a big deal. I mean, Grapevine has not seen a lot of Power 5 signees, so congratulations to he and his family. It's big time. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started here. This is it's not very often that we start off with a special teams play, but this was after their first series. After our first series, punt, muff. And Julian Contreras is the Johnny on the spot there and gets us a recovery right there. A big takeaway right off the bat to get us in good field position that resulted in a field goal for the Mustangs, okay? Very next play, after the recovery, it's Julian again running what we call 20-21 peel. It's an inside zone play. You heard Daniel and you heard Julian talk about moving the line of scrimmage. You can see the line of scrimmage moving right there. Julian does a great job of popping out and popping a big play and explosive for us. We've got several guys going two ways. I want to point out Brady Boozer at the top. He's playing wide receiver. Watch the block here by Brady. Watch the effort here by Brady. Okay. Comes off the corner and then pancakes the safety back there, okay? And that's the kind of relentless play, the fight that he showed all night long, okay? And we do have several guys that are going two ways and giving a lot to the program on a daily basis. Okay, this is a triple option play from an unbalanced set. Jalen gets a give read. We get nothing, right? We get nothing. Am I right? We get nothing. Wrong. Watch Julian. That is a great, tough run right there. That's a determined run right there, right? There ain't a whole lot going on when he gets the ball, when he hits the line of scrimmage. That's a great effort by Julian. He was like that all night long. Okay, we ended up kicking a field goal there. And I'll go ahead and say it's not on here, but our kicking game between Jalen Holmes punting and Cade Moreland on field goals and extra points, pretty solid for the first game. And Cade's a sophomore, so that was not easy for him to jump in there and do that as such a youngster. Okay, here's their first play of the game, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, you're going to see this a lot in these cut-ups. Watch Luke Gormley, number 3, shoot the gap in the middle right there and be disruptive. Bradley Stanier off the edge, pushing off of 2 blockers right there. And then watch the pursuit, okay? Watch the pursuit. Watch all the white shirts. Watch all the white shirts running the ball. You only see one guy not running to the ball right there. We played great team defense all night, and Coach Wheeler has done a fantastic job of selling running to the ball to our defense. So you got Powers in on it. You got Stanier in on it. You got Evans in on it. You got Boozer in on it. You got Towery in on it. That's great team defense right there. Okay, this ends up being a scramble because of pressure off the edge by Thomas Powers, making him uncomfortable. What I want to point out, though, is look down the field and tell me who he has to throw to. Really has nobody to throw to, right? Has nobody to throw to. Okay, so that's a coverage sack as much as it is anything else. A really good pressure by Bradley, really good pressure by Thomas. Cedric Hicks up top, coming off the edge. 2 sophomores starting in the defensive line. This was a missed opportunity, and I put this on there. I don't mind putting things that we fell a little bit short. I want you to watch here if we had pitched this ball. Okay? Pitch that ball right there to Julian, and it's going to be I think it's going to be a pretty big play. I guess we're not keeping up. All right. Sorry. All right, I think this is going to be a pretty big play if we'll just pitch that ball right there. But we didn't, and that's all part of the growing process for quarterbacks and the option. Jalen will be better this week as far as when to deal it and when to keep it. Incomplete pass here, and the reason it's incomplete pass, watch Cooper Towery come off the edge up top. Okay, big time pressure. Big time pressure off the top by Cooper. He actually hits him right as he throws. And then Carlos's hands look like feet here. Okay? Carlos is in the right place. We just got to make a play. But that's great team defense right there, right? Cooper coming off the edge, knocking the dog out of the quarterback. And don't think quarterbacks don't remember that, too, when they get hit from behind like that. Almost a big play, but again, a good play by the defense getting off the field. Another great rushing stop right here. Okay. Again, Luke Gormley coming through the middle. Cedric Hicks holding the point. Thomas Powers, Brady Boozer getting in on the action. Cooper getting in on the action. Again, all the white shirts running. There's just nothing there for them to do, and it's because of the penetration by the defensive line and the linebackers right there. Gormley did that all night long. He was disruptive all night long. He had a heck of a ball game for a kid that started his first varsity game. Okay, this is an unbelievable stop. If you look at the chains right there, it's 3rd and 1. Okay, 3rd and 1 off advantage to the offense. Watch the fill from the free safety spot by Brady Boozer right here to stone him at the line of scrimmage. I'm going to go to the tight copy right here. Okay, watch here. Watch the screen up top there. Okay, watch Brady come downhill, stone him. Okay, and that's a hard deal not to get pushed back, right? So that resulted in a punt. Okay, now this is one where we screw up. Okay, this is one where we screw up. We have a miscommunication up front. Our guys will tell you that communication is one of the most important things that they do. All phases of the game. We had a miscommunication. We had guys going the wrong way, and look at the big gash it opens up for their running back. Okay, a couple of missed tackles, and like we said, Wakeland's got some. They got some really good football players. They got some talented football players, and they kind of exposed us a little bit here. But this was kind of a self-inflicted wound here. One of our goals in the plan to win is the Mustangs don't beat the Mustangs. This is an example of the Mustangs beating the Mustangs right here. But you got to give the kid credit for a heck of a run. All right, this is a 4th down stop. Okay, this is late in the game, late third quarter. We're starting to get a little bit of momentum. They decide to go for it on 4th down in their territory, fumble the snap. Our guys are on top of it. Okay, so we get a big stop right there by the defense, put our offense in great shape in their territory to possibly take advantage, okay? Okay, again, look at the penetration in the middle. That's a great job by our guys. It's a great job by our guys not giving up, not giving in, too, on 4th and inches. All right, here's a triple option to the boundary. Okay, triple option to the boundary right here. Jalen decides that the defensive end or his read key is closing for dive, which it was. He pulls it out. He pitches it off of his pitch key. Okay, we got DJ Wright coming from the opposite side to block the safety. Cale Thompson, good block out on the perimeter, and Julian another explosive run. So we actually had a penalty, which was a really bad call that brought us back after that fourth down stop. But our kids did a good job of recovering and getting back into plus territory. Okay, same call the other way. Same exact call the other way. This is a receiver, Luke Stewart, in the backfield. Okay, he's dotting the I back there. All right, same thing. Jalen sees a pull read. DJ kicks out on the pitch key. Jalen dips in, dips out, and Luke does a great job of maintaining his pitch relationship. Springs us for a big play, gets us down into the red zone. Okay, so we got a real opportunity right here to make this a 14-10 game in the third quarter. All right, watch down here at the bottom. Because their safeties had been supporting so hard on the option, watch down here on the bottom. We fake the option this way. We call Z post to try to take advantage of the safety running down over the top. We got Z running over the top. Unfortunately, Jalen, at least he was honest. Jalen admitted that he lost. He thought Z was on the other side, so he's looking up top instead of down bottom right here. So we had a shot. We had a shot to throw over their secondary right there and make them pay for run support, but we just didn't get it done. So again, those are the missed opportunities right now with our margin for error that we can't afford to miss. All right, another big run off the inside zone. This time Julian's got to bounce it. Look at our offensive line getting good movement right there. Tayden Sneed and Will Mason both started as true sophomores in the offensive line. So we started 2 true sophomores in the defensive line and 2 true sophomores in the offensive line, along with Brady Keys, played a lot of tight end for us as a true sophomore as well. All right, this is our touchdown in the fourth quarter. This is also off a triple option. This is to Jaime Sanchez. I believe we've got Cooper Towery. Cooper Towery's in there as the dive back here. Okay, DJ Wright out in front. Really good job by Jalen taking to his pitch key, dealing it to Jaime, and giving the Mustangs a chance to stay in the game here late. Okay, the momentum was all with us at that particular time. All right, big 3rd and 15 here. They had driven the ball down a little bit. Big 3rd and down 15. Watch him he's wanting to throw the ball to the left. Watch the quarterback wanting to throw the ball to the back on the strike route to the left. Cooper Towery does a great job of peeling right here and coming off his pressure. The quarterback thought that Cooper was going to be pressuring. He does a great job of coming. I believe that's Cooper. Does a great job of coming off right there, and then we get more penetration up front. End up with a big sack. Take them out of any kind of field goal range, force them into a fourth down try. We end up getting the ball back. So great job by our defense again, stopping it. And this would be the last highlight, and it was a highlight. We're down to 4th down. It's 4th and 8. We got to convert or else we got no chance. 4th and 8, we call a comeback route to the sideline to Luke Stewart. Watch Jalen do a really good job of stepping up in the pocket right here and making the throw. Great protection by the O-line and the running backs. Great job by Luke being where he was supposed to be. Good concentration. So that's a great job of the kids making plays in a clutch situation. So obviously the drive came up short, and obviously we came up short. But to take nothing away, as I said, to take absolutely nothing away from the effort that we got from our kids. We got fantastic kids. You saw from the interviews, we got fantastic kids. They're the first to deflect and give credit to others, and that's what I love about them, among a lot of other things, but that's what I love about them.
Well, Coach, we appreciate that as always, and now we're looking ahead, right? It's Everman, first home game on Friday at Mustang Panthers.
We got Birdville first.
Birdville first, excuse me. Looked ahead. Yeah, Birdville first.
Yeah.
So just take us through what you're expecting there for coming up this Friday.
Well, first off, the focus this morning for us, I think where we really came up short as a football team is technique. We really fell short. John Wooden, the great basketball coach, had a saying, "Be quick but don't hurry. Be quick but don't hurry." We had too many guys hurrying, trying to make something happen. First ball game, some of them in their first ball game on the varsity level. So we've got to slow things down, and we got to really, really hone in on technique. And so that's the first thing that's got to happen in order for us to have a shot against Birdville. Birdville's 0-1. They're looking for their first win as well. Had a kind of a big loss to Crowley, but Crowley's going to do that to a lot of people. I think their quarterback is hurt, so they may be down to number 2. Chris Smith is the head coach over there. He has been a long-time OC at South Lake Carroll. He just got the job. He's a brand-new head coach, brand-new staff. They're just learning their schemes. A lot of it's going to come down to which team truly does improve the most from game 1 to game 2. And my bet is going to be the Mustangs.
I like that. Well, that's a good spot to end it right there as Mustangs get set, game 2 on Friday. Our next coaches show has actually been moved to Tuesday next week. The time and the location is still to be determined. So we'll let you know on that as soon as we do, but Tuesday, and there may be some more information coming, potentially. Texas Gun Experience next Tuesday. Texas Gun Experience next Tuesday will be...
Thank you, Spaniards.
That'll be the next Coach DeBesse show. Coach, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mustangs,
Appreciate
for being
everybody.
here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rock and BREWS as well. Enjoy the rest of the night. Let's go, Mustangs.
Big time. Thank you.